Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning, and it is about minus 11 degrees Celsius, and we're in St. Catharines today. We're going to take a walk down Ontario Street, heading north, and I'm going to take you along many places, and we're going to do like a memory lane walk, sort of talk about the history, what used to be here. This is the city I grew up in, so I'm going to share some things with you about it. And we had some nice snowfall overnight, so I thought it'd be nice to go for a little snowy walk. A little bit cold, but I have gloves, I'm dressed warm, I have good boots on, so should be a good walk. Okay, so I hope you enjoy. So right here, we're walking past what used to be the General Motors plant for many, many years. This side here is where my dad actually used to work. He used to work on the brake assembly for many years. I'm going to see if I can cross the street so we can get a better look at it. Okay. I might be able to peek through the fence there. It's all boarded up now, but hopefully I can get a good look in there. You can still see in the distance there's where they used to store the oil. There's still one left there that they didn't take down. So now it's abandoned. I think it's up for sale now. A company did take over for a while with the demolition, and you can see the sign up here. This was their headquarters. There's the sign, still part of it left. I think it was Bayshore Industries or Company, something like that. But I think they ran into problems with another company that was supposed to take care of all the metal that was going to be scrapped, and there was a big dispute over that, and things didn't go so well after that. So now it's for sale, and it sits empty. There you can see in there a little bit of how it used to. I don't know if I can focus in on that. There, now you can see some of it. Looks like somebody graffitied on it. I'm sure there's been people trying to go in there from time to time to do some abandoned places videos. There you can see in here a little bit of the pile of the bricks and metal still sitting there. And you can see down here, across the way is another factory that is still running, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so that's what it looks like in there. Okay, so my dad worked here for 37 years, and he retired from here in the 90s when he was 55 years old. So he was pretty young when he started, about 17 or 18 years old when he got the job here. But actually when he got the job here at General Motors, it was called McKinnon Industries. So originally that's what it was called, and then it changed over to General Motors when they began to build automobiles here. There's another view here. So this used to be a booming company. Thousands of employees worked here. Even a lot of my dad's neighbors at the time worked here. So yeah, I even remember having memories of getting to go on a tour inside with my mom, which I was like so super excited about it because I got to see where my dad worked. So you can see one doorway in here. See here. Probably be pretty interesting to go in there, even though half the building is gone now because they did demolish it. But yeah, so I did go see the tour, and I never really knew what my dad did because, you know, I was a really small child. You can see the number here, 282 Ontario Street. So you can see the for sale sign. Bayshore Group, there it is, there's the sign. So that's the company that had big plans for this place to develop it, but that is no longer happening. So this here is another doorway that the employees used to enter, including my dad, I'm sure, at one point. You can see it's all boarded up on the east side here. We're on the west side of the plant, and that across the street is the east side of the plant. And there used to be a large smokestack right around here. It was like 165 feet high, I think. And I remember at one point there was I guess some maintenance workers working way up at the top of that stack, and they both fell and got killed. So that was one story I remember about that. It was really, really sad. Here's another entranceway here. You can see it's kind of starting to deteriorate from age and just being, you know, abandoned. I don't think you can see in here. Maybe you can see a little bit. I don't know if you can see anything. You can see a little peek through there. It's just a pile of, you can see more bricks in there and cement. And back in the day on this street, there used to be a railway. And I still remember being really small, and the train would come through, but the train went all the way around that side of the plant, and it would deliver a lot of the parts to GM. So the tracks went down the side street there, which is Carlton Street. So they removed all the tracks, though now they're no longer there. I wonder if we can get a look on this side. I'm going to cross over to the east side, so we can see a little look in there. So you can see it's quite a huge property, and the plant, this other plant was on this side as well. It's quite a large plant running over here. You can see there's an excavator there working on things, doing lots of cleaning up. Nice snowfall happening right now. So as we get up here to the lights, I'm going to show you a picture I have of the actual smokestack, so you can see that and how it used to look as we're kind of looking down this way to give you a rough idea. Okay, so we're going to continue on our way. across the street here, I'll show you when we cross. Okay, so across the street here, you can probably see that thing, the piece of metal sticking out right there. Well, I'm going to show you a picture of that too. That used to be where the big hammers were, and they would hammer away at the steel, and sometimes you could feel all the way down the road the force of the hammer being struck. It was quite the thing. You already knew, when you were driving by and they were working, you could really feel it vibrating everywhere. You can see in there or not. It's not very clear. Okay, there's just more bulldozers back there, things like that. Okay, so now we're at the corner of Ontario, and this way is Carlton Street. You can see we've got an Avondale here, little plaza. Johnny Pastrami's breakfast and lunch. I heard it's really good there, but I've never tried it. And they have, on the side here where GM is, they also have a power plant here, which I think supplied power to the plant at some point. I'm not sure if that was for like emergency purposes or not. So I'm going to show you the different things that have changed over the years down Ontario Street, and that will give you an idea of how it used to look. Take one look down here, show you a view of that, of the GM building, and I'll show you a picture of it too. Okay. On the right hand side, you can see there's a sign for Freshco, Dollar Tree. That's actually where I go and do my grocery shopping sometimes, at Freshco. Nice little grocery store. It's cold today. I haven't been walking that long already, but I can feel it. I can feel the chill. You can see here on the left what's here. So we're just coming up to this bowling alley here. It's Parkway Social and Holiday Inn Suites. And they did a big addition on this hotel here, like that whole top part. I forget how many floors up. I think up to there, right to there. I think that was part of the addition on top. So they really expanded it. And across the street here is the Burger King that has been there a really long time. You can see gas is $1.40.9 right now per liter, which is pretty pricey. Now this place here used to be a Red Lobster restaurant, and then it was the Syndicate, and I'm not sure if it was right at that building or close to it. It might have been that building. It was a Ponderosa back in the day. I don't know if any of you have heard of Ponderosa. So that's what used to be there, like in this general area. I'm not exactly sure if it was that exact building, but I even remember when it was there when I was really young. And then there's a Hyundai dealership here. There's quite a few car dealerships on Ontario Street, which you'll see as we walk down here. But before any of this was here, it was a farm. And there was lots of orchards here that I remember still. And the people that own the farm, right at this intersection here, at the lights, they used to put up a stand in the summer. And my mom would often go there and buy vegetables or fruit, or sometimes plants they would sell. So I really enjoyed doing that with her. I remember that. It was almost like a weekly thing. We stopped there, I think, back in the day. Okay, so now on this side, you see this big building here. That used to be Kmart, and now it's Sky Zone. But it was Kmart for many, many years. And I shopped there many times with my mom. And then next to the Kmart, I'm going to show you what used to be next to Kmart. But first, let's go back to this side here. So all this here was never here. It was just farmland. But back there, it used to be a future shop for a small period of time. So I remember when they were developing that, and it was really sad, sort of, because the farm was gone, and they got rid of all the orchards. So, oh, my gimbal. It doesn't like this. Okay, so on this side here, next to the Kmart, right here, there was a Dominion grocery store. And that's where my mom shopped. Every Friday was grocery day. So I would go shopping with her. And then I would run over to Kmart where they had arcade games, and I'd play the arcade games until she was done her shopping. And Kmart had a cafeteria too at the time, where I enjoyed many French fries with gravy. So I had good memories of that. And this little plaza here, right here, is still pretty much the same. It looks the same. It's just changed to different shops over the years. So yeah, so now that gives you an idea of what used to be here. But even before any of this was here and Kmart was here, there used to be a farm here and a farmhouse, and it was called the Robertson Farm. And my brother has good memories of that. I don't, because, you know, I was too young to remember that. But he explained to me that there was a nice, huge farmhouse here, and when the farmhouse was no longer running and it was going to be demolished, he used to play in it with his friends. So I think that they took down the farmhouse, I believe it was in the early 70s, If anyone watching this remembers, let me know. But I think my brother said maybe 1973 or 4. So that's what used to be here. Now there's a Timmy's here, Tim Hortons, that has been here a really long time. And it also used to be I have 2 brothers. So I have my oldest brother. His name is John. And then my other brother, I guess he's the middle child, you would say, and he's Ricky. And then me, I'm the baby. So Johnny, the oldest one, used to love to come and hang out here in the parking lot. That was him and his friends used to do that. So now you can see on this side, we have a Value Village, another shop. As we get further down, I'm going to show you a picture where you'll see down Ontario Street as it looked back in the day. I have a couple of them, one from the 70s and then one from the 50s, so it's really interesting to see what used to be here. Morning. So this across the street here used to be a roller rink way back in the day. You can see where it says World Gym. Well, that used to be a roller rink. You could see the dome on top. So that was a former roller rink, and then it became Canadian Tire store. And now you can see what it is now. And then now we're approaching this plaza here. There used to be a Harvey's hamburger place here, which was really, really good, and I used to enjoy going there a lot with my friends. Now we're coming up to another dealership here. I think this is Dodge and Chrysler, I think. There's just quite a few of them here. We've got used cars. But you can see here across the street, this is Brian Collins' car dealership. And they used to have a lot more vehicles there, but now I guess due to this chip shortage that's happening everywhere, there isn't as many on the lot right now. So a lot of these dealerships have renovated over time. Same with Brian Collins. They had a big renovation. It's changed a lot over the years. So since there's a GM dealership here, I wanted to tell you that since my dad worked at GM, he always owned a GM vehicle, always bought one whenever, he would be in the works to buy a new one. It was always going to be a GM car or a truck. And I remember he bought his first car in 1959, I believe, or 58, and it was called a Biscayne. Any of you remember that type of car? I don't remember it. I don't even know if he had it still when I was born. I'm not sure. So this next to Brian Collins. See this building here, right here. This is another auto place, but it used to be a Dairy Queen, which is an ice cream shop. So it was Dairy Queen for a really long time. How things change. Now, this is something interesting I wanted to tell you. So this is Edler and Ford dealership, but before this used to be here, it was called the Lincoln Industrial Home for the Aged. So that sat on this whole property here. So it was kind of like a retirement home, and it also served for a period of time as a school temporarily, as they were building a high school not too far away from here. So it was the home for elderly people and then served as a high school temporarily. But I'm going to show you a picture of that right now. So now you saw how that looked. And one thing I want to show you, if I can get back there, is something interesting that still is at the back of this dealership that some people might not know is a cemetery that some of the people who lived at the home at the time were buried there. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. Before we get there, I'm going to show you a little bit of this side. And this here, where Jack Astor's is, used to be a big boy restaurant back in the day. I'm pretty sure that was the spot. It was Big Boy Restaurant. And I don't know if any of you know, but Big Boy Restaurant was founded in California, and it's home to the original double-decker cheeseburger, I think it's called. So yeah, so that used to be there. And then I think for a small period of time, this was called Berto's Restaurant. I think I remember that. Okay, so now here, we're going to take a walk back here so I can show you if I can. I don't know if I can exactly get back there or not. I'm going to try. Trying to remember where it, oh, you know what? I don't know if I can get right back there. I would like to, but yeah. But I can just, I'll give you an idea of where the little cemetery is. So right behind this building back here, right on the other side of it, at the back, is where the cemetery still sits. It's gated off. It's got little gated fence around it of where those people were buried. So yeah, a lot of people don't even know it's there, but it's there. Oh, I'd like to go in there. But they have cameras everywhere. Okay, so, we're going to go back. This here, you can see, is KFC, Taco Bell, but what used to be here for quite a while was Peter Pan Restaurant, and it was a drive-in restaurant. So you'd park your vehicle, and then someone would come and take your order and bring it to you. Do you guys remember those? Maybe some of you still have those things where you live, but we don't have them here anymore. So that was on this site, even where the garage was. This whole property here was Peter Pan Restaurant. And I'm going to show you a picture of that right now. Okay, let's continue on our walk. So Peter Pan Restaurant closed in the 50s when McDonald's showed up, which is just up here. So McDonald's opened, and then Peter Pan Restaurant, which was here, went bankrupt, unfortunately. Oh, now this gas station is $1.44. Don't know if the price went up or if that's what this one is. I'm getting cold now. Soon we're coming up to the end of our walk, though. So there's the McDonald's there that has been here a really long time. Just changed, like, had a facelift over time. And this Kia Motors actually used to be a restaurant at one time. Now another car dealership. There's a lot of them, like I said, on this street. So when I was much younger, in my teens, and I'd go out with my friends, and we'd have a late night out, we'd always end up coming here, eating a Big Mac at 3 in the morning, which I would never do anymore, but that's what we used to do. Okay, so now on the right hand side you can see Chuck's Roadhouse, and the street is called Hiscott Street. So when I was young, again, when I was a small child, let's say that. So when I was a small child, this used to be the Markarian Steakhouse restaurant, and every Sunday my parents, after church, we'd go to church on Sundays, would stop there when it was Markarian Steakhouse, and we'd order a pizza. It was very exciting to get a pizza every Sunday. Almost every Sunday, I think. So that used to be there. And then after Markarian Steakhouse, this used to be Wildfire Restaurant for a while. I remember that. And then I think even Brandy's it was called at one time. So that's what used to be there. Good memories of that. Okay. So this here, you can see it sort of still looks like it used to. It was a gas station, and now it's a car lot. Seems to be the thing going on this street. So yeah, it was a gas station for many years. I'm going to show you a picture of that too. And there's the Capri Inn. It was here for a really long time. Still doesn't look too different from when it did back in the day. And I'll show you a picture of that too. I'm going to show you like a street view going down Ontario Street south, and you'll see what it used to look like back in the day. It's really neat. So now we're coming up to the Q.E.W. highway, or Queen Elizabeth Way. So if you see here, that will take you to Niagara Falls if you get on the highway there. This hotel across the street here has been here a really long time too. It's just changed names over time. But the Capri has always been the Capri as long as I know it to be. gimbal. Okay. Oh, and there's one of the city buses. So now, I'm just going to turn around and face south and show you those pictures that I have of the view of Ontario Street looking south. So, if we're looking down this way, this is what it used to look like back in the day. Okay. So now we're just going to make our way to the top of the bridge here, the Ontario Street Bridge. I'm going to show you a couple things. I'm going to tell you about me, what I used to do when I was younger with some friends. So, this is the highway here, looking down. This is like if you're going this way, it's Toronto bound. And down a little bit of the ways here, you're going to see okay, we're coming up to it now. So you can see there's a bridge going over this part over here. That's the Henley Bridge, which runs over the 12-Mile Creek. And if you can see, there's a statue in the middle of the highway. There's two of them there. They have lion heads at the top, and there's holes in them, but I can't focus close enough. I don't know if you can see that. So underneath that bridge, my friends and I would walk down this service road right here and climb under the bridge, and then we would climb underneath the cement statue of a lion, and we'd climb out into out the hole and look out at everyone driving by on the highway. So that's what we would do. Yeah, that's what we did to amuse ourselves back in the day. Maybe like 10 years old or something like that. And also, this area back here, where there's a creek that goes all the way along, and it used to be the old canal. So we would go for picnics down there, down by the water, and we'd make a sandwich and then go and hang out on a weekend and have a picnic. Not like kids today, that's for sure. So right down here, we're going to come to the end of our walk very shortly. But I wanted to show you right here where all these trees are. They changed it a bit, but this was a really good tobogganing hill. So we would get our sleds and toboggan all the way down. It was so much fun. Almost every night, I think, in the winter when there was a lot of snow, we would come sledding. But we didn't have a toboggan. I think we had like a crazy carpet. I think they still have those. So that's what I had. It goes super fast. It's really fun. So yeah, that was in this whole area right here. So that's my trip down memory lane. This is at the lights here is the service road, which takes you to the highway to the Q.E.W. to go to Toronto. And one more thing down here, this big plaza here used to be called the Henley Hotel. And on certain nights, I think Sunday nights, it was teen dance night, and I went to so many teen dances there back in the day, and now obviously it's no longer there and it's changed into a plaza. Hopefully I can show you a picture of that as well. Okay, now we're going to show you one more thing here before we go. Oh, and right here you can see where there's a house on the corner, and then next to that there's a Tim Hortons. Well, that used to be an Avondale store, and we called it the corner store, and there was also a gas station next to that, but we called it the corner store, and that's where I would go a lot with my friends, and my mom would give me change, and we'd buy some good candies there, so we'd walk to the store every day and do that. So now I'm going to show you. So if we'd walk along here, and this street down here, that's where I grew up. Yep. So that's Dorothy Street, looking down that way, and I grew up down there. Lots of good memories. Yeah, so that's where I lived, right down there. Many walks every day from way down there to here to the bottom. So I hope you enjoyed the walk of history, a little bit of history of Ontario Street, a little bit of my memories that I had growing up. And plus it's a nice snowy walk too. I know some of you were asking for a snowy walk, so I hope you really enjoyed it. I had fun doing it. The nice snow on the thistle, I think that's what you call them. How pretty that looks. And all the trees covered in snow. One more look down there. Okay, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the walk. And stay tuned to the next video. Bye for now.